Looks like it went through another update. Let's just hope that doesn't inconvenience everybody. That shouldn't be much of a problem, since I'm the one mostly using all this stuff. Oh, hey boss. I thought you were off today. Or well, I suppose. No, yeah, I thought you were off for the day. Oh, I guess maybe I can't exactly blame you. Well, yeah, if it gets boring sometimes, then of course, since you you know, own the place and everything. I know, I still have the mask on. I mean, I remember you telling me to just not wear it as much. But it should be okay. Because we're not even open yet, so you know, I can still have this, right? Yeah, I know I do. So looking specific, anything in particular looking to do here? Or maybe just lounge around, I guess, and just see us at work. Well, sure, I mean, even without having you here, we can still run the place okay. Well, that's what you guys, you know, picked us up for in the first place, right? Can't exactly do everything on your own with a, you know, place of this scale. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, well, as for the kitchen, we've already been using it. Well, I mean, aside from the whole, you know, preparations and everything, I have gone ahead and made a few things. No, not for myself. Right, yeah, you know me. I don't really just cook up anything here just because, just because I'm hungry. I mean, make sure to eat. Make sure to eat every time before I end up walking out. Well. Oh yeah, well that's cause, yeah, that's cause a certain someone requested a few certain things, so I thought, might as well. So now it's like, so that'll be a favor she owes me later. Well, yeah, everything's all basically set to go, although I'm not sure exactly what she's been doing. I've been here messing with this because it got hit with a recent update, so I just gotta make sure nothing got too badly messed up. I mean, you know how it can be sometimes. I mean, the only day I can recall this, you know, you actually closing the place was because it was an update so bad that we had to basically reset the whole thing. Well, fortunately, you got me to essentially handle that part easily. But still, it was enough that an issue where we couldn't even operate normally. And it's not like exactly everyone is fully prepared to handle writing absolutely everything on paper and everything. Yeah, I guess that's the cost of just kind of having to go almost all in when it comes to handling everything digitally. But I can't say I blame people for that move. It's a lot more convenient when it really works. Well, I remember hearing of someone else I know in particular where for a good while a certain store of theirs just their entire system went down. So then they started having to basically write down everything manually and basically handle everything through cash. And then once it did come back online, then just punch everything in manually and just yeah, basically just fill in the gap as well as they could. You know, unfortunately, something like that won't affect us in such a way. Or I guess, well, in your case, you just close it for the day. Fortunately, it wasn't that bad, right? I don't think it was gonna be that busy of a day. But anyway, yeah, I'll just continue checking on this. You can, yeah, well, obviously feel free to just do whatever and give a word if you need anything or looking for something. I can always make something for you if you feel like it. Okay. Yep, I'll leave you to it. Well, the best thing about starting in the morning, and also today, means that the boss won't be in. I can do whatever, make whatever I want. I should still get everything set up anyway. Well, after I try these certain combinations. Oh my goodness, it's so good. I wish I could make stuff as good as this. But I guess that's why I work Frontier. I couldn't even be in the kitchen. Maybe I should learn how to do it at home. Or no, I don't want to learn it here. I don't want to have more responsibility. I'm fine with this. All I gotta do is just make the drinks right, and then I'll be okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Wait, maybe if I just used... No, that's actually kind of gross. I should wash this now. How much time do we have? Okay, maybe like another half hour. That's enough time. Oh, this is like perfect, actually. I mean, I guess it makes sense why I'm up here. I'm like really good at this. Of course. I kind of do like, somehow I like this one over that one. I mean, there's like less in it. I mean, this one's not bad either. What if I end up making my own mix, and then we can have it be like my special, something like that. And obviously, since everything is good to go, I mean, why wouldn't I be able to treat myself? Boss, you weren't supposed to come in today, or at least this early. I know. Well, I made these in preparation for you. Yeah, I made 3 different kinds. So then whenever you showed up, you can have a variety to choose from. Yeah. And for the food, I was just on my, just trying it out, seeing if it's good. I mean, we're going to have like a taste testing, right? I mean, that'd be like the the reasonable thing to do. Come on, you're like, you gotta believe me on this. Like, of course I'll be thinking about, even if you aren't here, everyone still, thinks about you and everything. So then, I had this all, all this here prepared for you. I mean, you can go ahead and try that. And then with whichever one of these that you would like and prefer, I mean, I thought, well, I guess why not, since everything's ready to go. And yes, that includes the the checks for making sure everything is clean. Yeah, okay, that one's actually mine. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that one's mine. The other 2, actually, never mind. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's the thing, I guess. Yeah, I'm put out here in front. Why wouldn't I want to tamper with this sometimes? Nah, I'm sure you understand. Right? 'Cause even before, before you got this place, you had your own, your own experience just, being behind here and just mixing all kinds of stuff and seeing how that turned out. I'm not like in trouble, am I? No, to be honest, it's not the first time. Well, I get curious sometimes to see how a certain blend or a certain combination is like, and then in that way, then I can get a better taste for what these different ones are, right? For the, I mean, when it comes to the coffees and then the espressos, lattes, whatever, Does that mean, I guess I was already kind of familiar when it came to testing this stuff, but I never, before we come in here, I didn't know anything about how they were made or anything like that. And, that also meant it's not something that I just had kind of every day or tried every day. But not being here, then I figured. I guess figured why not touch up on that. Right? It's pretty sensible, right? Well, we still have a bit of time before it opens. Wait, but then I didn't even get to you. Like, why are you even here? I mean, I get it. Yeah, you like own the place and everything. But like, what made you show up here again? Was that bike ride not enough for you today? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I figured. I mean, not that I'm saying that it's like boring to do that, right? I guess what were you like being held up by traffic or something? I mean, what is it even that you do on your like time off anyway? Because the only thing we know is probably joyriding like an idiot on a bike. I mean, whatever. I don't really know anything about that. The only thing I know is that it's a little more dangerous than the car, and then yet you insist on riding that. Heck, you don't even have a car. I think that's the crazier part. Can't get anywhere without a car, right? Oh, I guess that's true. You don't really have anyone else at home or anyone else to be hauling around regularly. But then wouldn't it be kind of a selfish thing to only get a bike just for yourself? I find that kind of funny. No, not that it's like a bad thing. I suppose it's something that's enticing for you enough to actually, go through that process. But I guess in a way, because of that, it kind of reflects on how you see things, like with how you operate things. Yeah, because I have a feeling that maybe being here will start being miserable if the person owning it probably had a car. I don't know. I'd say ones with bikes tend to have a different perspective on things. Like, well, from the ones I've talked to anyway. I mean, of course I've talked to some. I mean, you don't gotta act like you're the only one. Because I'm sure you really like to see someone else out there on their own bike. Like maybe someone sees someone else with an identical like car. I know sometimes sometimes I get attention from mine, even though I literally don't care about doing whatever it is that people with that type of car tend to do to it. I mean, I guess it can be kind of cool, but that's not. That's way too much money for. That's something that's obviously not for me. I mean, think about it like this. I literally went back to my car one time, and someone left a note. Someone left a note right under my wiper, talking about some car club that was exclusively about that specific what's it called again, the make, yeah, the make of that car or whatever. Yeah. And then I look it up, and then it ends up being like this Facebook group, just all the same cars, but then people doing all these different things to it. And so then I kind of shake my head about it. It's like, do I want to be in that? I mean, I guess it's cool. I hop in there, and then what am I gonna look like, a poser? You know, I'm not really into that, into that scene. You know, I recognize it, sure, but you won't really see me, you know, matching up with your bike with how loud it can be. No, I'm telling you, that's true. It was just like a little note, and then they just like slipped it under the wiper. I still have it if you'd like to see it. Well, I mean, not on me, I guess. It's at home. Or I suppose I could send you the picture. But no, I'm serious. And then another time too where I don't know, and then this other time too where I don't know, like I sort of like maybe I should have got a different car or something, because it gets attention when I don't, intend to. And then another time where when I was done with the shift, and then it was actually right here. And I see someone taking a picture of it right as I'm getting closer. So then they ask, "Oh, like, is that yours?" And then I, of course, I responded, "Well, yeah, sure, it is." And then they started going on and on about why they thought the car was so cool and interesting. And I was like, okay, that's that's nice. And then turns out that the guy was really taking Polaroids, and then he gave me one of them. Though that one I actually do have on me. I mean, in my car, because I actually thought it was kind of sweet, and it looked really, really cool. I don't know. I should find a way to like store it, or keep it clean or whatever. I don't know about anything about preserving Polaroids or whatever. Maybe there's like a sort of sleeve you tuck it in, like a card or something. But that was it was very unexpected. I mean, I'm pretty sure you get all kinds of attention every day. Oh, maybe that's just part of the reason why you got it, right? I mean, look, I feel like that would kind of be a bit of a given. But yeah, all this stuff about cars and bikes, well, even with how apparently interesting mine is, I'll be staying with it. Well, I don't see any reason to switch it out anytime soon, right? The only thing that really matters is that it can get me around, and in turn that I at least ensure to keep up with it, right? Not let it get make sure that's properly maintained and all that. But I guess even that can be pretty expensive. It's not like I really have the knowledge for that either. Honestly, the only thing I know is just the bare essential of just the bare essentials. Stuff like, I guess, stuff like the wipers, the fluid for that. I suppose the oil. But even that, I still have to ask for it because it's not something that I kind of just keep in mind for that. Yeah, I mean, most of the knowledge in Ilias comes from other people I know. So then if something happens, then I guess, why not go to them? And then, yeah, once that's figured out, then I can basically get that work done on and just have that sorted out. Yeah, well, it can be a pain to look for the right parts at times. Kind of makes you wonder how much less you'd end up spending if we didn't need such a car. But I have a feeling there'll still be a bunch of people who would want one anyway, just cause, well, they can go anywhere with one. So you can't blame them with that for that. More so than, obviously you got people who see it as more than that, as a way to express themselves and everything. Yeah, well, I know for you, you're like, you're definitely like that. You're definitely like that. And as for me, even though I'm not, part of it, I can understand it. I'm getting a little bit carried away, but I don't mind. I don't mind just having that, just having just random talk. Right. Well, I mean, other than that, yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone thinks that your bike and everything's pretty nice. But everyone to an extent does kind of worry about seeing you just show up whenever you do, because ultimately it's gonna be more dangerous than with the car, like I said earlier. And the last thing any of us would want is to have you getting hurt, or even or worse. I mean, I'm sure you're pretty confident about your own ability. But I don't know, I just have a feeling sometimes you can be doing everything right and something can still happen. I've been there before, and like it really sucked, and it really hurt too. And now that was with the car, so I can't imagine if yeah, I guess that's fair. It's not like you just picked it up without fully acknowledging what you were getting yourself into. I guess just like with this place, right? Because it wasn't just some blind purchase that you did and setting it up. Because you had that prior experience from somewhere else and decided to move on and start your own thing. Though I hear you're apparently still in contact with that owner of the other place. I mean, the way you describe it, it sounds kind of scary. Sounds very different from how you got this one set up. Although from the sounds of things, that we surely do beat them out in food. Although we're kind of distant enough to not be that competitive, right? But I suppose with given your time over there, it's not exactly like you'd want to see that place just suddenly go under. Maybe I should see what that place is like, actually. I don't know, maybe I could learn something there. Maybe from someone else that, someone else that's in the front doing all the brewing and, all that fun stuff. That'd be pretty cool. I do wonder how exactly you came across this place. Because we get a surprising amount of traffic just about every day. Well, a few exceptions, but still, we never had a completely, like, quiet day, At least enough to keep us from being bored and, have things interesting. I mean, of course. Yeah, of course, it's really no big deal for the crew here. And, anytime you have me in the front, then everything's gonna be handled just fine. I don't ever get complaints. No, sir. Well, I mean, sure. Part of the efforts from, I guess, everyone in general makes this place quite efficient. But I mean, still, it's it's rather unconventional, I would imagine, in the world of cafes, I guess. Who knows? I mean, you definitely know more than I do when it comes to that. But yeah, just having cafes out, up here. Yeah, instead of being, well, just down there, ground level, you can see it. But I guess with the specific clientele of this building, then there's like no shortage of that. And I'm surprised we only still have just that single elevator, actually. I think there should be, like a second one, wouldn't you think? Because on those really busy days, then I can see people just start huddling around it. Yeah, or I guess a dedicated one for... No, actually that wouldn't be that good of an idea. But I suppose that'd be quite the request for something like that. And I would have thought that you'd have to fork over quite a bit to make that happen. But I suppose with how well this place has been doing, then I don't see a reason why they wouldn't say no. I mean, I feel like everyone universally just really likes coming here. Right, when it comes to the food in general, and I suppose us too, to an extent. Sure, I mean, I'll take that. I mean, kind of a cool feeling, wouldn't you think? People showing up mostly because just the fact that they know that's, a certain person is there. That can be a good and a bad thing where... I've seen bad examples. Yeah. There was someone that almost practically ran their own store, even though they didn't own it. And they attracted so many people because of just how they were, just how knowledgeable they allowed themselves to be, and it was very patient with everybody. Even the more unreasonable people. I so wonder how he did that. But I suppose I can take an example from that and be hospitable to people. Well, I guess that's the important part, obviously. Because I don't think people will be very interested in just being here for solely the, just the drinks. You get a mix of good drinks and food, and with the right crew. And more so with the owner, obviously you get a lot of the attention, and a lot of people just want to just talk to you just all day. Yeah. I mean, I'm the exception, obviously, because I work under you. Yeah, that is a pretty good point, actually. I don't know what would happen to me, or what I'd be doing now if it wasn't for for this place, actually. I mean, prior I mostly just did like just back-breaking warehouse stuff. It was not fun, but I didn't really have any other options at the time. But then seeing the opportunity that, just by a chance encounter, I'm able to be here and not be like killing myself in that kind of way like I used to before, and still be making more than what I did. Yeah, it's a lot better. Figure I haven't really had much of a moment to actually like personally thank you for it. Because it's just quite the chance to just sort of have that that easy way out. Where, and if not for that, then well, I'd probably still be there, or I don't know, some other place feeling just as miserable. But the thing is that, speaking on the behalf of everyone else, they all seem to have the quite similar feelings. Because what really surprised me is that you weren't afraid to take in people who were just completely fresh. When it came to, to the culinary part of it. And even for me that had basically no experience handling this stuff before. My only experience was just tasting it, right? Just consuming it. But I suppose now that's a lot different, and I like it this way. I mean, we definitely owe a lot to you. I mean, what I foresee is that you'll likely just have the same crew for many, many more months, maybe years too. I mean, I don't see myself really going anywhere else. I mean, yeah, with like the whole... Yeah, I never really put myself through any extra schooling and all that. That was just never a thing for me. So it's very difficult to find something promising that can offer really good things. Yeah, and it's, through this is how I'm able to keep myself up with the things I have. It's like, sure, I'm still careful with like what I spend on, but it's not so bad where I have to do some insane penny pinching. So I still have that room to always have a bit more or always save up, without having to just nearly spend it all just to stay afloat. Even that much is just a huge luxury where, I recognize that a lot of people may not have it the same way. Where like they barely just make enough, or they need someone else to share that space with them to sustain each other. But being here with everybody, with you and everything, it's been more than great. That got me sidetracked from the actual original question. Is that I still don't even know if you actually were gonna help us out here a little bit, or you're just gonna lounge around. You saying you're not sure isn't really that helpful. But I guess you do you. No big deal for us. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna join you on the whole, on that bike thing. I don't think that's for me. No. I'm too scared. I'm already scared enough just going with the car. Going on a bike, no thanks, actually. Not at all. Because at least with a car, you're basically in a cage. Yeah, I can't believe you're still on that. Yeah, I mean, just go do your lounging around and just use that TV and I don't know, just whatever it is you feel like watching. Oh, you know what? I think before we open up, and before you get yourself too comfortable, there actually was one thing that we do need. Yeah, so the thing we need is we're gonna need quite a few more eggs. Yeah, we ended up running kind of low on I believe it was the past. No, actually, I can't even say the past few days. It was generally the week where pastries just started flying off. I mean, of course they flew off. Well, after that introduction of that new one, people were very interested in that one. It is taking a bunch to go. Yeah, of course they're interested. They want to take a bunch of those to go. So, yeah, we're kind of low on that. So if you can go, on your funny little bike and make that quick trip for us. Well, it's also for yourself because, you know, your whole place is on the line. So you go do that, and then, yeah, by the time your bag will basically be open and, you know, full out and full swing. And I feel like I don't need to, tell you this, but I will anyway. Like, just be careful. I have no idea how you ride, but just don't be dumb about it, please. I hope you're responsible enough to realize that every time you go out, you go out on a ride, that there's a lot of people that depend on you. And this isn't just us on your side too. Right. Yeah, well, of course you already know that. I'm just Just making sure you do. Yeah.